Come on. In the kitchen. Hey, g'day team. Easy ideas for the weekend are coming your way today on A Little More Fresh, Cooking with the Australian Women's Weekly. So do yourself a favour. Take the next half hour off from your busy schedule and indulge your senses. Here's what's on. Our carrot and ginger cake is sure to please both family and friends. Lindy has this very quick bake vegetable and tomato noodles. Plus Disco Montego tempt us with a taste of Mauritius and a little sing-song. But for now, here's something to tempt you, a carrot and ginger cake. Remember when your mum used to make carrot cakes or zucchini cakes? You may even make them. They're really delicious, but with the intensity of ginger in them, that's what I'm about. All right, follow me with this. This is really good. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, and then what you can do is line yourself a cake tin. It's about 22 centimetres, just with some paper to stop it sticking. Then you can sift 1.5 cups of self-raising flour, along with 1 cup of plain flour, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, so it's basically putting all your dry ingredients together, then your wet ingredients, mixing them all together, and throwing them into the oven. Then you take 1.5 cups of brown sugar, straight in there. So I hope you're writing this down. It's very important. It's important to me. We're going to throw in 2 teaspoons of finely chopped fresh ginger, along with 1/3 cup of candied ginger. Now, whether you use the crystallized ginger or the budgerum ginger, the ginger that's in the brine, or the sugar syrup in the jars. Then we take 100 grams of chopped pecans. Walnuts are fine there as well. Hazelnuts. You just want that nutty texture. Then we take 3 cups of grated carrot. You know how to grate carrot, don't you? We throw that in there. Now, there is a lot of moisture within that carrot, so the wet ingredients we pull back on. Even though we still have 3 eggs, just broken into a bowl of some description. To that, we add 3/4 cup of olive oil, but the light one. We don't need an extra virgin. I know that sounds like a lot of oil or a lot of fat, but think in terms of butter. Sometimes you'd make a cake and you'd use 150 grams. And remember, olive oil, it's health-giving, it's good for you. Into that, 1/2 cup, I should measure this out. Cakes are important in the sense of when you're measuring things, they need to be exact. A little bit more technical because you're relying on them to raise. All right, then you put all that mixture together. So you get your wet ingredients, your dry ingredients, your carrot. You can do exactly the same thing with zucchini, grated zucchini. Maybe beetroot as well. Onions I wouldn't try though. All right, just mixing them together, and it will come together just with a little work. But don't sit there and beat it. Don't work the gluten because it is quite a heavy, dense cake. You don't want it to be a heavy, dense brick. You still want it to be quite light. All right, now obviously with the eggs and the baking powder in there, that's what's going to make it rise. Obviously with a little bit of love and attention as well. Into your cake tin, 22 centimetre cake tin that's been lined. No, actually, this is what we use. Now the oven is, as I said, is preset at 180 degrees Celsius and will take anywhere between 40 and 50 minutes. Now you know your own oven. Sometimes they give you cooking times and temperatures, but you know your own oven. It may need a bit longer. But remember, it's got to come out, it's got to have a certain density to it. Into the oven, 40 to 50 minutes. By the way, did you notice the daffodil I'm wearing today? It's Daffodil Day. Daffodil flowers, the international symbol of hope. Did you know that? Today, if you want to buy some of these wonderful things, here you can purchase them at volunteer sites, supermarkets, shops right throughout Australia. For any information, visit www.daffodilday.com.au or call 1300 65 65 85. Back to the cake. Okay, over here I have 250 grams of Philly cream cheese, along with 2.5 cups of icing sugar, which I've just beaten together. To that, I'm going to add just a dash of vanilla extract. And sometimes you may see me grab the, oh, I hope I've got my zester. Yes. I use a piece of fruit like this, whether it's an orange, lemon, lime, and I put a little bit of zest in there. So it's only a couple of teaspoons. The reason being is because it's so high in oil, it'll actually give a lovely orange flavour to it. Now when the cake comes out of the oven, allow it to cool down. Now if you have a look at my cakes over here, I've actually cut the top off one of them and turned it over so it sits nice and flat. Okay, see the flat one there? I've just trimmed the top with a bread knife and turned it over. That is so you get a nice flat top to it. Now if we bring it up here, easiest way to ice it is just to pour it on top and then smooth it over with a spatula, okay? There we go, just pour it over. I mean, that seems like a lot of icing, but when you pour it over the sides, it should just let it fall down. But there you have a really delicious cake. Now make sure you come back after the break. Lindy has some wonderful baked vegetables and tomato noodles. See you soon.
Perth's Backyard has had many celebrity guests, but tonight there's a twist. Celebrity cousins from opposite sides of the world, together for the first time. Perth's Backyard, 7:30 tonight on 9.
Get great value fresh food on Coles Fresh Friday. With Coles beef blade or barbecue blade steak, $6.98 a kilo, save $4.51 a kilo. And what's only a middle bacon, $6.99 a kilo, save $5 a kilo. You'll save every day when you shop at Coles. Come on, sweetie, come on.
A little encouragement, that's all she needs to take those early steps.
Right, yeah, that's it.
Or that first ride, the Stride to Ride Walker, only from Fisher Price.
Yeah, baby.
We've got the son's family over for a bite. Nothing flash, but I'm going to make it special with some roast potatoes. Roast potatoes?
Oh, lovely, thanks, Bill.
Don't tell your mum. Never been easier.
Okay, kids.
Granddad, is this on the floor?
New from Birdseye, the first roast potatoes in a bag.
I like it.
The new Virgin credit card, 4.9% per annum for the first 6 months. The plastic surgery you have to have, called 132225.
How'd you like to make your football viewing even more interesting? Well, all you need is a phone and this number, and you can place a TAB Sportsbet on any number of football results. Which team's going to win? Who'll be this year's premiers? And even who'll take out the 2003 Brownlow medal? So don't just sit there predicting every outcome. Visit your local TAB or get on the phone and turn your uncanny football knowledge into easy winnings. Call 132368 to check the returns or set up your account.
Get great value fresh food on Coles Fresh Friday. With Mighty Soft Raisin Toast, 560 grams, only $1.78 each, save $1.39. And washed potatoes at top buy at only 97 cents a kilo. You'll save every day when you shop at Coles.
The 10-minute cancer test.
It was so quick and radical.
That could change your life.
Face the reality that the issue is there.
So cheap, so easy. So what's the catch? When Nissan presents A Current Affair tonight, 6:30.
Welcome back. Well, look, this recipe is one of those recipes that you can just throw together with whatever you've got in the cupboard, based on, would you believe it, 2-minute noodles. We're going to do a baked vegetable and tomato noodle bake. Now, first of all, 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here, and I've finely diced a medium onion. Now, most of you have got onions in the pantry, so that's kind of the idea behind this recipe. It's a great one for the kids too, because I've yet to meet a child who doesn't like those 2-minute noodles, even though we sometimes pretend we don't ever have them. Okay, in here as well, a clove of garlic. Now, just while that's cooking for a moment, so 2 packets of tomato-flavoured 2-minute noodles, or, you know, you could really use any flavour at all, into the boiling water. I actually often do this. You can do it in the microwave, just throw the boiling water over it and put it in the microwave. I haven't added the flavour sachets there. I'm only going to use one of them later. So now I've got some baby eggplant, which I want to chop. So I think I'll cut it in half first, and then we can just chop it like that. If the kids don't like eggplant, and I know it's one of those things that some kids don't like, you could very easily put in some mushrooms instead. Well, I know some kids aren't keen on mushrooms as well, but this is a great way of getting them to eat their veggies. You can actually even grate the veggies and put them through. I remember with my daughter when she was little, I used to grate vegetables and put them on homemade pizza. Not that she had a problem with them. And she had a little friend over one day, and they had the pizza there, and she picked up the layer and she said, "Oh, Mum hides the vegetables under here." So there you go. But grating veggies is a really good way of getting kids to eat them if they don't like the texture, especially when they're really young and their teeth are, you know, aren't as strong as they might be later on. So they go in, and I've got 2 zucchini as well here, just small zucchini. Now remember, the details for this recipe, like all my recipes, can be found in this month's issue of the Australian Women's Weekly. And this is in our fast and easy section, which really is our everyday cooking. Now I'm just going to get this ready. Just 1 egg that will break. And I'm going to mix it just with the contents of one of those flavour sachets. So we'll just to give it a little bit of flavouring. Okay, and then that's going to be ready to mix. So I'll just have that ready there. Have a look and see how our veggies are going. And I can just about drain off the noodles in a sec. They really only need to be softened at this stage. So I might drain off the noodles now. Just drain those off in there. There we go. And now we're just going to add a little bit of oregano. Once again, you know, with the kids, I find some kids aren't really that fond of herbs. So you could always leave that out, or you could always actually just put in some parsley. But I think oregano goes really well with tomato. And just about a tablespoon of tomato paste. That's going to beef up that flavour for us. Just about a tablespoon. And now all I've got to do is mix all this together. So we'll just... So you can see it's pretty basic. It's just some vegetables and to get some flavour. And it's really good for you, this dish too. You know, it's only got 2 tablespoons of the olive oil in. So it's a great vegetarian dish. If you wanted to, of course, you could put some bacon or pancetta or even salami in if you liked. Right, so here are our noodles. So in they go. Now what I might do is I might just toss that egg through first. I don't want it to cook too much. So we'll just get that tossed through a little bit. Now, here we go. If you find the noodles a little bit difficult to handle, you could actually cut them up a bit before you put them in the boiling water. Now, I've got some Parmesan cheese here, half a cup. I've got a couple of tablespoons for later as well. Now, my oven is preheated to 180 degrees, or if you have got the fan on, do it at 160 degrees. And this is going to take about 20 minutes in the oven. So, into an oven-proof dish. Just try and spread that out. I've got to say that this is something that the kids will absolutely love. Very fast and easy. Great thing for something to do as a Sunday night supper or whatever. Okay, a little sprinkle over the top with that, and 20 minutes in the oven. And then we're just going to finish it off with some olives. I'll just pop that down there. Here we go. There it is. So we can throw some olives on the top, about 12 black olives. And look, it's all in how you present it, I think, with these things. So what I'm thinking is to try and cut this on a bit of an angle. So it's enough for 4. So I cut it like that, like this. And there it is. It's a great vegetarian dish. It's all there. It's simple. Serve it with some salad. And Disco Montego joined Jason in the kitchen for a taste of Mauritius.
Return to the land of the everlasting gobstopper.
Hey, go, let's go!
Lickable wallpaper.
Gene Wilder stars in the chocolate-covered family classic.
Having fun?
You can sink your teeth into.
You're going to love this.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Saturday on 9.
Every glass of Milo gives your child the slow-burning, low GI energy they need to keep performing at their best for longer.
With Milo.
Tile prices are raining down at Craft Decor's Winter Write-Down Sale.
Winter what? Who writes this stuff?
Quality wall and floor tiles from $14.95. They're writing down polished porcelain tiles from $32.95. Small job lots from $7. Forget their so-called discounts. Check these hot winter savings on top quality imported tiles. Porcelain floor tiles from $23.50. Beautiful timber laminated flooring from only $20.90. And no ceramic tile over $29.95. Rush to a Craft Decor showroom for their Winter Write-Down Sale. The low tile flash drought is over.
Craft Decor? Humbug! They're too cheap! Grab shell, dude!
Meet Crush.
Your exit's coming up, man!
Walt Disney Pictures presents a Pixar Animation Studios film,
Rogers!
Finding Nemo.
You were all like, whoa! And then we were like, whoa! And then you were like, whoa! We have lots of new bargain and gifts for Dad.
Look at the cheap price on this palm sander, only $15.95. This 40-piece socket set, $6.98. Digitron CD stereo, full function remote control, a real bargain at $89. Garden line trimmer, auto feed, $24.95. Here's a super special for Dad, cordless shaver, $19.95. There's a huge range of terracotta pots just arrived from $5.95. WA Salvage, we're not fancy, but we're cheap.
In this month's Australian Women's Weekly, Naomi Robson talks about the terrifying health scare that changed her life. How Posh and Bex became Britain's most glamorous power couple. The full story on how violence, drugs and infidelity destroyed JFK Jr.'s marriage. Jackie Weaver tells why she's addicted to love. And Melanie Griffith on plastic surgery, Antonio and pregnancy plans. Plus Bridget Bardot, Boris Becker, Andrew Denton, Fred Skepsey and more in this month's big celebrity issue.
Okay, children, I want you to... You care about our school photos.
Smile!
But we don't.
Beautiful.
You care about our manners. You turn before me, but we don't. And you care that Kellogg's Honey Rice Bubble LCMs are made with wholesome grains of rice, a touch of honey, and no artificial colours. But we don't. We only care that they're delicious.
And now, for a short time, they come with a free Monopoly CD-ROM.
If you would like any of my recipes from today's show mailed or faxed instantly to your home or office, please phone us on 1900 996 996. And remember, Lindy's recipes can only be found in this month's issue of the Australian Women's Weekly. You know, our show is full of good information and good food all next week. Don't miss our budget dinner party. I guarantee to save you a few dollars. Plus plenty more family meals to entice everybody. If you listen to the radio, then you'd know these boys. They are two very talented brothers from the island of Mauritius, Dennis and Darren Dolan. How are you? You well, Dennis? Welcome to Fresh. Darren?
How you doing?
You guys been busy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Been busy in the studio and Jeremy and stuff.
Disco Montego. Katie Underwood was performing with you guys for a little while. That she performed on your CD.
That's correct.
Magic and Beautiful.
And You Talking to Me is the last single that we had out.
Yeah.
And at the moment we're just recording the new Human Nature album, doing a couple of tracks for them.
Now that you're here in the kitchen, you're actually going to cook for us. You're doing some stuff from Mauritius, yeah?
Yes.
What do you call it?
Wulgai Lavian. Wulgai Lavian.
No, say that in English, right? But it's basically like beef with thyme and tomato.
Beef in like some tomato, thyme and parsley, garlic sauce.
And you guys do a lot of cooking at home?
Yeah.
All right, let's get straight into it. So obviously, standard vegetables. Is the food that different in Mauritius? Like the style of food over there to what we have here in Australia? What you're doing?
Oh, basically we have like a lot of seafood, a lot of seafood dishes, like fried fish in like different sauces and
because you're on the coast, obviously because you're an island, but Mauritius is just east of
South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah.
All right. Can I cut something up here for you guys?
Okay. You want to do the pumpkin or the tomatoes actually?
All right. Will you get in there?
Me?
Yeah. So Jeremy, who was under your label's just off to the States. You've got him signed under your label.
Yeah. So our label, Bomb Records, and
actually we'll get the website up, please. bombmusic.net, so we can find out a bit about Jeremy and you guys, where you're going to be and what have you.
Yeah. So we've just been working with Jeremy over the last few months and stuff, and he's just on his way over to LA, I think it is.
But I think the important thing here to remember is that you actually write and produce all your own music. Like you have a lot of bands here in Australia that maybe buy their music.
Yeah, not many people know that. Like, it's difficult when you're like working with different acts and stuff. Like, not many of them can write and produce. And
yeah.
I'm not saying that like, we write and produce and stuff, but it's kind of cool in a way. Sometimes you get a bit mixed up about what you want to do, like where you're at.
All right, can we get something in the pan here? Do we need to cook that meat off, or?
Yeah, start cooking that meat.
All right.
Chop up these.
So we've got a bit of fillet steak here.
Yes.
So you were saying, Dennis, to me before, the food in Mauritius, you use a lot of herbs, things like thyme, yeah?
Lots of thyme, lots of garlic, parsley, onions. It's usually the main ingredients, like your parsley, thyme, garlic, and onions. You know. We should be frying that garlic.
Frying the garlic first.
The garlic and the...
So do you have friends around? Do you have like friends come over, you cook, you'll have a little bit of sing and stuff like that?
Yeah, we kind of do that. Like,
because there's nothing. I think music actually helps you digest your food. I'm sitting at Chinatown the other night having dinner. Then everyone started singing at my table. It wasn't that great or anything, but the food went down a bit quicker. So a lot of your lot of your clips, you do a lot of sort of not dance music, but you have a lot of dancing and...
Yeah, we do. Not many people actually know this, but like Jason was in one of our video clips.
Oh, no.
And we've actually brought like some footage.
No, have a look at it. No.
Of you dancing in our magic video, so... Can we cut to that, guys? Have a look at that?
Yeah, that's me there. That's me there.
There we go, there's Jason T-shirt. Yeah. He's dancing.
No.
I think you should dance on the show.
No. I've been told
get the garlic in it.
That's me there, the red hair. But that did really well. Magic did really well overseas, didn't it? You got onto a lot of compilations.
Yeah, Magic and Beautiful did, we got top 10 in the UK in the club chart, which is pretty cool.
See, so you guys wrote that music?
Wrote and produced it.
There you go.
With Katie, of course.
Oh, you're going to get the fire on. Do you want some more fire?
Yeah. That's so we can do the pumpkin.
Do the pumpkin? All right, we'll get some more fire.
That's looking good.
So what's in store for you guys? Where do you want to go with your music? Where do you want to take it?
Well, basically, we're going to work on another Disco Montego record.
So you're still going to stick with Disco Montego?
Uh-huh.
Where does that come from? What's the name come from?
We poached the name from a Spanish nightclub.
A poached, as you do. Nicely, though. So that's where it's come from. Disco Montego is a nightclub?
It's a nightclub in Spain, yeah.
In terms of mentors, being brothers, do you both have the same mentors? Do you listen to the same music?
We listen to a lot of like Stevie Wonder at home, Al Green, Donny Hathaway. Like basically R&B roots.
Yeah.
Prince.
Yeah,
Darren's a big fan. Darren's a big fan of Prince.
The last song,
the same height.
Really? It is quite tiny, isn't it?
Yeah, he's quite tiny.
Alright, so give that a spit. So you got
okay, we're going to put tomatoes in there.
You want the pumpkin?
We need some oil and garlic and onions in the other pan.
This is what it'd be like at home.
Yeah, it's like hectic.
But it's alright for 6 minutes.
We'd have some music playing there. Okay, you want to put those tomatoes in there? He's using his hands, is that alright?
That's alright, they're clean. That's alright, look. For those who don't see, we do have soap here. That's what that means. It means we wash our hands, alright? So just lots of fresh soap. But the best thing about this is you're using things that are accessible, things that are in season.
Nice and fresh. So basically like the tomatoes go in, the thyme, a little bit of thyme, and some parsley in there.
Can you get the pumpkin in the end one?
Pumpkin, onions, garlic.
So you sweat off the onions?
Yep.
Put the pumpkin in. So the pumpkin's already been steamed. I think we've steamed it for
the
30 or 40 minutes.
Steamed for a bit. So it's nice and soft. Bit of a rinse. You have to add in with some thyme as well.
Oh, kitty up.
Smell those.
How good does that smell? There's nothing but it's like steak with tomato sauce in it. Oh, with a bit of finesse though.
With a bit of finesse. Yeah, we usually add like some chili in there.
Yeah.
But that's optional.
Salt and pepper. And then you would normally serve this with rice?
Yes, on rice.
Yep.
So you get the red sauce and you got the squash pumpkin with the garlic, onions and thyme on the side of the rice.
Oh, delicious. Now you guys going to come back after the break and sing for us?
Yeah, sure.
Certainly. All right, we'll see you after the break. These guys are fantastic. Stay tuned.
Monday, she's on her dream date with a multi-millionaire. But when the night ends, the nightmare begins.
Girls are jealous.
Are these girls in the game for love or money? All new The Bachelor III, 9:30 Monday on 9.
In the mood for something warm and hearty? How about Lenard's Chicken Mini Roast with a variety of delicious seasonings encased in a succulent double-breast fillet. A special 2 for $10. Only at your local Lenard store.
Come home to an inviting new bedroom suite from Harvey Norman. The Indiana 4-piece suite exudes vibrance and warmth for $29.99. Add a matching tall boy for $8.99. Enjoy the nautical inspirations of the sale 4-piece suite for $36.99 and $9.99 for a 6-drawer tall boy. At $36.99, the 4-piece Brunswick offers real country style and value. The tall boy an optional $9.99. All these and many more deals in store from your bedding specialist, Harvey Norman.
Classical Chorus Gym from Fisher-Price. When the stars sing, your baby shines.
Hey, WA! How'd you like to buy gorgeous new carpet really, really cheap this weekend? Well, you can at Parrys' huge selling floors, Belmont, West Perth and now Malaga. This is not just good, it's compulsory.
Looks good, Jared.
Sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Nobody loves chicken more than me. Love is my chicken pizziola. Tender strips of chicken, spicy pepperoni, tangy marinara sauce topped with melted cheese.
Could you love anything more than this chicken?
I survived meningococcal disease by seeking immediate medical attention when my flu-like symptoms of severe headache, fever, vomiting, cold hands and feet, and muscle pain became rapidly worse.
I survived meningococcal as well and remind anyone who leads an active social lifestyle that you are most at risk. So be alert and be aware. Early treatment is essential.
For information about meningococcal, visit our website. The Amanda Young Foundation is proudly supported by Channel 9's Appeal-a-thon.
You'd have to go to extremes to get your dirty scourer as clean as ours, and it still won't be completely clean. The brush-like fibres of our Chux Clean Rinse Scrub Sponge rinse clean in seconds every time.
He made a vow. When they finished the house, he'd pop the question.
That's unreal.
But there's a long way to go before I do.
It's a really big job.
Mitre 10 presents DIY Rescue, Tuesday on 9.
Make sure you always have your recipes on hand. Subscribe to the Australian Women's Weekly now for only $66 a year. Each month, the weekly will be delivered free to your door, so you'll never miss an issue of your favourite magazine. Phone us on 136 116 or see this month's issue of the Australian Women's Weekly for more details.
Here's Disco Montego with Because of You from their self-titled album. See you next week.
When you are down and you are all alone inside, don't worry, baby, I'm right here for you. There's never a time that I ain't thinking about the way you move me, baby. Inside, you make me feel like loving you, baby. And everything that I am is 'cause of you. Look around, tell me exactly what you see. It's me, baby, I'm everywhere for you. Call me a fool, say that I'm crazy in every way. I don't care, pretty babe, 'cause you make me feel